So I remember being excited about the Day of the Dead, which is like their equivalent of Halloween, where it's really more like Memorial Day, where you put up a picture of someone that you love and you put out their favorite food, and it's supposed that their spirit will come and eat the food and leave. Wasn't that exciting. I was so excited about it, but even there, it's not a big deal. The food, I mean, yeah, as far as other like traditional things, they do a fun thing every year where they call it the viejito, and they take pieces of paper and they make a mannequin just full of paper and old clothes. So they fill up, and it was weird because I'm riding my bike and they put them out front and sit them in like a lawn chair. And I'm walking out front, I'm seeing all these like mannequin things, like homemade mannequins just sitting out front with like hats on and like drawn faces. I'm just like freaking out, but they put them out. It's like at the end of the year, and they call them the viejito, and you'll see ones with like beer bottles, and they're like have the funny. They've drawn them really funny to make them look like they're drunk, and just sitting out front of their house or out front by the road, and but so New Year's Eve they hang it and then they burn it, and inside they've written all the things that they want to change, like their New Year's goals or whatever, or the things they did wanted to get rid of, and they burn it, and it's symbolic of getting rid of the old you and rebirthing into the new you this year. And so that was kind of cool. I thought that was really fun. Other traditions, piñatas are really cool. That is how you start a real party. Oh my gosh. The ward parties there are so insane. I remember we always had to leave early. The parties will start and they'll get a DJ and they will dance. They're really big on dancing. They will dance like crazy. They know how to throw parties. But like I remember just laughing my head off because we went to a sister's house the next morning after a ward party, and she just looked like she's hungover. She's like, "Oh my goodness, Elder, I'm so tired." We're like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning." And they're just out dancing and doing piñatas till 3 in the morning because they just party, man. They just have the funnest time, and I just like wanted to go back there because they know how to have fun at their ward parties. But that's a funny cultural thing. Dancing is great. I remember we had a bunch of they call white people gringos, and they don't even know why. It's just like a term, and I'm sure they use it in a lot of Latin American countries. But there's a bunch of gringos that came from from BYU actually, and were studying down there. And I remember they were having salsa classes on Wednesday night, ward night, and they were teaching the gringos how to salsa, and it was just hilarious. Looking at gringos next to Mexicans, and they just dance terrible. I don't know what it is. They can dance the salsa really good. They dance everything really good. So, yeah, they love soccer, just like everywhere else in the world. Love soccer. That's where you can get some anger conversations sometimes when you're talking about who's the best team, and they can get offended and stuff. They're really into it. I even knew people that named their children after teams, after their favorite team. There's a team called America, and I knew multiple people named America. So that was interesting. Everyone, yeah, they just always talk about their favorite team. You'll see their teams like painted on walls and stuff. So driving there's crazy. That's a cultural thing. Oh, another weird cultural thing. So I have, even yesterday, a guy he didn't see the light went green, and I just honked behind him. And in Mexico, it's just a honk is more like, "Hey, watch out," or "Hey, look out." It's not like, beep beep. You don't scream at each other. You just do like beep beep. Just a little, "Hey, I'm on your left or I'm on your right." It's just like very nice. And I'm still that way. Like even yesterday, I honked behind someone just very lightly, and they got mad and they slowed down and they wouldn't let me pass them. And I was like, "Oh geez, like I didn't realize I made someone mad today." And I remember my first time being there, like hearing people honk so much, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, these are just rude people." But that's not the case. They're just saying, "Oh, it's communicating." It makes more sense that way. But driving's crazy. I went back with my family and drove a rental car around, and that was nuts. They will slip through this tiniest little gaps, and there's no rules. They will just, you'll think there's no way they can make gaps that they make. And riding with taxis, they're the talented drivers. That's fun. They're really really fast.